The Martello Buccaneers and the Cabot Highlanders making their way back onto the ice surface for this second of a two-game homestand between these two teams. This is a presentation of the Nova Scotia U16 AAA Hockey League in partnership with High Button Sports. Cabot Highlanders won their last matchup last night by a score of 5-1, improved to a 4-1 record in their last five. The Buccaneers now at a 2-3 record in their last five with last night's loss against the Highlanders.
Please stand for overhead.
And once again, the Cabot Highlanders with a victory over the Martello Buccaneers last night. Let's see how the Buccaneers respond here for this Sunday morning matchup. It's a cold morning here in Port Hood, Cape Breton at the Al McGuinness Sports Center as these two teams line up at center ice for the opening draw. Should be a very intense tilt here. It was very intense last night. Let's see if they can bring the same intensity here Sunday morning. We get things started. Draw win there for the Buccaneers into their own zone. Bailey off the boards. Lead pass ahead all the way down. Boyd has to chase it here on defense for Cabot. Krause after it in the corner. Buccaneers, just as last game started, they were aggressive on the forecheck early. And Cabot was able to weather the storm and get two early goals, but here's Murphy with a drive. That one sails over the goal. Number 92, Carter Kirsten, starting in goal for the Cabot Highlanders. As that one taken away by Havercourt. Moves through neutral ice and fires into the zone. We got the first line change for his group. And a forechecking effort here by Cabot. Krause makes a move, drops it to Bailey. Bailey behind the goal, far side. Chip play out, caught up by Landry, and Murphy gets a stick on that. Beaton drops it back. Lead feet ahead, intercepted by Roach, leading goal scorer for the Buccaneers as that's cleared into the zone. Roach had quite a few chances in that yesterday evening's game, and he got a goal, the lone goal for the Buccaneers. As a hard hit there just inside the blue line as Landry goes to retrieve that. Great collision there to start things off. So physical play already a factor here early in this one. Buccaneers gain possession, moved across to Dodge. Dodge near side, chipped ahead by Pridham into the corner. And Boyle there to chase it down. Landry picks it up instead. Rings it up all the way down for Carter Myra to retrieve that for the Buccaneers. Off the backboard to his defensive partner off the wall. Gwyn Timothy tries to clear. Finds Theo Horopoulos on the near side. He fires it in for the dump and chase effort as Kirsten stops that up behind the goal as Cabot looked to clear the zone. Our side, Jones clears it out to neutral ice for Tuinard. Tuinard moves wide, skates free, shot, and a save made there by Callum Kelly, who gets the starting goal for the Buccaneers. As Kelly steers out of side, Bellin moves it to Theo Heropoulos in the corner. Buccaneers looking to clear now. Far side. Probert gets it on the near side wall. Picked up by Tuinard, trying to play to McCullen. McCullen a drive, deflected, and covered by Kelly for a whistle and a stoppage in play. So a decent crowd coming out to the Al McGuinness this morning. Early Sunday morning for this contest. Is that one taken off the draw by Roach off the backboards. Picked up here. Cleared to Mumbercat. Finds Roach. Roach skating down the wing. Drops it off to McClellan. McClellan tripped up on the play. No call. Another shot blocked in front as Beaton got a shin pad on that. Mumbercat in the corner. Looking to get the cycle going here for the Buccaneers. A quick pass in front. Murray blocked that pass. A good active stick onto the point. Kept alive as the cycle continues here for the Martello Buccaneers. McClellan trying to get a stick on that. Mumbercat on it. Tries to spin himself free and get a shot away, unable to do so. And that one's going to be called on the trip against McClellan. And we'll get our first penalty of the game. And it's going to go against the Martello Buccaneers for tripping here. So Mumbercat going to the box for tripping. And the Highlanders will be on the power play to start this one. Let's see how they fare as Murray sets up with a draw. Off the tie-up. Taken by Curtin. Moves it to Mahoney. He's checked there. Near side, Nodesty. Sawyer Nodesty down the wing. Dumps it into the corner. Takes a hit from Sullivan, but he got it in deep. Nodesty intercepts that clearing attempt and moves it across. Boyd down low. Back up top. And Boyd crosses the line there. And that's the reset here for Cabot. Near side, Sawyer Nodesty. Back across for Boyd. As the Highlanders look to reset in their own zone. Outlet play intercepted by Curtin. A ping pong in the neutral zone as it's fired back in by the Buccaneers to kill some time. Just 1:07 remaining in the power play for Cabot. Dropped off play, intercepted momentarily as Bellin fires it back in. Confident penalty kill thus far for the Buccaneers. There's just 52 seconds now on the man advantage for the Highlanders. Near side, Landry hops over his blade, but he tries to fire it in, gets over the line. Landry across, one-time shot. What a save that was by Kelly, coming across with the pad. As turning with it now. Landry off the wall. Finds McClellan. McClellan moving in. Drops it off on the point. Quick drive all the way through, blocked in front. And picked up here. Cleared to neutral ice. Landry resets. Moves it across. Just 13 seconds to go in the power play. Theo Heropoulos. Off the far side. Ford's trying to clear on the point. Murray. Backhand feed out to neutral ice, and Landry resets as we go back to even strength. 5-on-5 as Landry dumps it into the corner. Bellin. Behind his own goal. Touch play intercepted by McGuinness. Tries to find McCaddy. Raleigh McCaddy. Centering it in front. All the way through. Nodesty stops it up at the point. Nodesty a drive blocked in front by Carter Myra as he chases it down in the corner. Carter Meyer clearing attempt all the way down the ice. And that'll be an icing here against the Buccaneers. All the way back down to their zone we go for this face-off. McCory on the draw. One back, quick drive, stopped by Kelly with the pad. McCory in the corner now. Moves behind the goal. He's got McCaddy there to help him out as Myra wrestles with both of them here. Trying to gain a step. Bellin fires it off the near side glass, but not able to escape the zone here as Cabot looks to go to work on the cycle. That one escapes. Gwynn Timothy fires it in for the Buccaneers, and he gets a line change for himself. He's taken here now by Cabot. Off the near side wall, picked up by Murphy on the intercept. Nodesty, nice move by Nodesty. Moving in wide. Sawyer Nodesty, a drive and a blocker save made by Kelly. Fired in the corner by Phillips. Near side McCory. Leaves it for Nodesty, who fires it back in. Delayed offside against Cabot. Clearing all the way down past Sullivan. And that'll be an icing call here once again against the Buccaneers. Face off the offensive zone for the Highlanders. Off the backboards. Bailey unable to get a stick on that. Kraus gets a hold of it. Swept towards the goal and a pad save once again for Kelly. Bailey intercepted by Murray on the point of the clearing attempt. Fired shot, glove down. An easy save through distance there by Kelly. Gets the whistle. As Murray unable to get enough velocity on the shot to cause a problem there for Kelly. He saw it all the way. Phillips skates it down off the draw. On the far side, Kraus trying to clear, unable to do so. It goes back into the corner once again. Havercourt with a check on Curtin. Lead pass by Dodge, trying to lead his man ahead. Dodge, outlet play, intercepted. Murray steps up, fires a shot from distance. Sticked aside by Kelly into the corner for his defense. Moved across. Near side Sullivan. Skating down the wing. Sullivan dumps it in with a flip there as Beaton drops it off. Off the near side wall, Curtin has to chase it down here for the Bucks. Behind his own goal. Curtin weaving his way through neutral ice. Steps wide, shoots it from distance all the way through and covered by Kirsten. Gets the whistle here. An offensive zone draw coming up for the Buccaneers. Roach on the draw in the offensive zone. One to the point. Moved across near side, Mara. Mara a drive, that one blocked in front. Roach on the rebound chance in front, save, rebound chance, they still lose. Work behind the goal. Close call there for Kirsten. Off the wall, Myra. Shoots it from distance, deflected on goal, and a great pad save there, closing the wickets quickly was Kirsten. Tyler Kirsten, a 1.36 goals against average and a .951 save percentage to start the regular season so far. So far in this regular season, I should say, as we're well underway. Playoffs are just around the corner. Both these teams looking to get some momentum going their way heading into the postseason as the intensity level ramps up always at the close of that regular season. So we get that postseason headspace. As Roach gets a hold of it, gathers it in, finds Bellin. Bellin near side to Pridham. Pridham off his stick, taken by Landry. Daniel Landry. Backhand feed across off the neutral ice, stopped up by Murphy. He tries to fire it in. Boyle on it. Roach after it. Tied up with Boyle, and that's going to be whistled down on the penalty here. And it's going to go against Cabot, so a hooking call here. And it's going to be Boyle going to the box. James Boyle serving 2 minutes for hooking. So now the shoe's on the other foot for the power play option, as now the Buccaneers with a chance to open the scoring on the power play. Morrison on the draw. One back to the point, moved across to Roach. Roach in that point position on the left side. Moves down. Sweeps it in. Morrison. McCullough there to help him out. Battling there against Nodesty. Boyd gets a step, fires it all the way out as it escapes. As Curtin chases it down on defense for the Buccaneers. Looking to reset here. Curtin.
Highlanders penalty to number 2, James.
Dumps it into the corner, looking to get the cycle going here on the forecheck. Stopped up onto the point. Moved across to Roach. Roach in front of that, deflected, and a great save with the glove. Getting a piece of that was Kirsten as it's cleared down to neutral ice, and the Bucks reset once again. Roach dropping it off, picked off there by the defense as Nodesty dumps it in deep, gets a line change. Full penalty killing unit line change here for the Cabot Highlanders as Bailey turns there against McClellan. Krause, near side to Roach. Roach feeds it ahead. Good active stick there, McCullough, hit hard by Landry. Stays on his feet though, as Landry looks for more with another aggressive body check. Morrison in the corner. Holds on, drops it off. Krause to the point to Bailey, a drive from distance, blocked in front, cleared down the ice by Cabot. And that one stopped up by Kelly, drops it off for Bailey. Just 30 seconds remaining in the power play here for the Buccaneers. Backhand feed across to Krause on the far side. Krause up the right wing, chipping it in past Landry. Gets it to Pridham in the corner. Pridham finds Probert on the near side wall. Back down to Pridham. Back to Probert, a drive, and that one fanned on. Follows it up though. Here's Probert on the point. Moves down the left side, quick drive, and that one blocked to the side. Bounces in front. Still loose. As the penalty comes to an end here, we're back to even strength. 5-on-5. Cabot still in their own zone here as the Buccaneers continue to go to work looking for that opening goal. Pridham turning, checked by Landry. Mumberket on the point. Bailey a drive, deflected all the way through. 2 deflections, and still Kirsten able to make the save through traffic. Here comes Cabot the other way. Shot, save made by Kelly. And that shot by Jones. Jones unable to get full wood on that shot as the puck was bobbling on him. Andrew Jones leads the Cabot Highlanders in points with 21 in 23 games played. Always dangerous on the ice surface as McCory sets up with the draw against Mahoney. On to the point, Nodesty. Nodesty a drive looking for a deflection. That one goes wide. Quick shot there by McHattie, covered up by Kelly on that sharp angle backhand shot. Once again, both these teams looking to get volume towards the nets as both teams with an excess of 35 shots on goal in last night's matchup. The goaltenders always have to have a head on the swivel, often more so than the skaters. Last line of defense, so one of the most pivotal, if not the most pivotal position in hockey is that one taken in by McGinnis. Checked by Curtin. McHattie behind the goal looking to center. Picked up here by the Buccaneers. Far side, Gwyn Timothy. He's got Mahoney on the wing, drops it off to him, fired in for the dump and chase effort. Nodesty on defense for Cabot. Near side, McHattie. Trying to center. Knocked off by Carter Myra. He clears it to Sullivan, but McHattie picks that up here for Cabot. Boyd stops that up, off the backboards to Nodesty. Cabot looking to reset. Here comes Nodesty down the wing. Holds on to it. Nodesty centering in front, one-time option there. Looking for a bank play. The net is off the moorings here. The officials haven't seen it yet. Mahoney skates it. Dumps it into the corner. Chipping it off the wall. To get hold of that was Phillips. Picked up here by Nodesty once again. Outlet play, blocked by Carter Myra. Good heads-up play by number 19. Bellin, lead pass for Roach. Able to make a play on that. There's a little bit of a maze to try to get through in the neutral ice. Not a lot of time and space there. Finally taken loose. Murphy trying to escape past his man. Dumps it into the corner. And Boyle gets a hold of it now for Cabot. Lead pass picked out by Mumbercat. Finds Roach. Down low for McClellan. McClellan stopped up. Onto the point. Stepping in is Bailey, a drive and a stick save there for Kirsten. Cabot clears it down to neutral ice. Landry picks it up once more. Moved across. Lead passer. Phillips, he tips it in. Bailey gains possession, finds Murphy. Murphy for the Buccaneers fires it in. Stopped up by Kirsten for his defense and Landry. Landry, far side for Beaton. Beaton drops it for Landry. Landry looking to gain a step. Knocked off the puck and Murray has to skate back now. Murray. Beaton. Back to Murray. Tangled up there with Boyle. As Boyle. Great forechecking effort here by the Buccaneers trying to force mistakes out of Cabot. Risky play in front of the net, but a good anticipation of the movement of the forechecker. Almost got a lead pass ahead there. Probert skates it down. Backhand into the corner. Play in front. Morrison unable to get a stick on that. Moved ahead by Cabot now as they get out of the zone. Lead pass ahead for Poirier into the corner. Poirier moves it in front of the shot. They score! What a play! Poirier found his man in front. A pretty move and a nice pass one time right in the slot. And Cabot Highlanders open the scoring here once again. As it looks like it's Murray with the goal. And the Highlanders climb ahead with the opening goal with 4:30 remaining in the first.
Highlanders' first goal
Bellin.
scored by number 72.
Backhand to Pridham.
Assisted by number
Pridham
7,
tied up there on the wall. Tuinard fires it in.
15-30.
Myra behind his own goal. Near side for Pridham. Intercepted momentarily. Pridham wrestles it free. Trying to find Gwyn Timothy in stride, and he's knocked off there by Beaton. Beaton off the backboards. Lead pass ahead, looking to spring McClellan. That's all the way down. That'll be an icing call against Cabot. Offensive zone draw here for the Buccaneers as Lachlan Roach steps up to the plate. Clean win to Myra. Myra drive from distance, deflected all the way to the goal. Another chance back in front. Oh, and it's on the goal line and swept aside. What a close call there. Great play by the defense and Beaton, who got a stick on that on the goal line. Kept it from going in. Here comes McClellan the other way. Moving in wide shot, and he sailed that over the top. On the point, Nadesty. Nadesty a drive. That one whistles past the low stick side as Gwyn Timothy tries to drop it off. Intercepted. Here come Cabot again, moving across, and unable to get the shot away there. Was Tuinard. Tuinard in the corner. Trying to sweep it out front. McCullen intercepts. McCullen centering it in front and unable to get the shot away there. Was Jones. Nadesty. Turns on his own zone, fires it up the ice to Tuinard. Checked by Murphy. Krause drops it off for his defense. Bailey off the glass. Stopped up at the point by Nadesty, but picked up here by Sullivan. Looking to clear. Nadesty stops it up for the defense. Turning is Boyd. Behind his own goal. Off the wall, picked up by Murphy on the intercept. Murphy chips it past. Hard check by Murphy there, but he got the worst of it as Sullivan drops it off. Moved across, Krause chips it ahead. McCory on the back check. Intercepted by Mahoney. He got a stick on that, but Nadesty intercepts. Near side, Murphy cycles it in. What pace here in the first. Sullivan looking to skate it down. McCory after it in the corner. trying to chop that puck loose. Another aggressive forecheck on display here by the Buccaneers. Cabot looking to clear it quickly. Intercepted. Here comes Sullivan. Skating in, shot, and off the shoulder of Kirsten with the reactionary save. Another save by Kirsten. Swept in front, another shot. Glove! Saved by Kirsten, and a highlight reel one there, as that one was labeled for the top corner. That one gets a big round of applause from the crowd here in attendance. Shots are even at 10 apiece here near the close of the first. Stewart wins the draw, moved off the backboards to Phillips. Phillips trying to clear it out, picked up here, and moved on the near side to Landry. Daniel Landry down the wing. Steps wide, tries to sweep it up front. McCullen gets his hold of it. Here comes McCullen, dropping it off for Roach down his off wing. Roach centering it in front, McCullen another straight feet in front, and that one stopped in the net off the moorings, it looks like. Oh, and a hard check behind the goal there by McClellan. That one's likely going to be called here. Looks like the official's got his arm up here. And it's a boarding call. And it's going against McClellan of the Buccaneers. And so Cabot Highlanders will have a chance on the power play here with 1:15 remaining in the first. So the Buccaneers just looking to kill off the rest of the period. There's 2 minutes on the clock and just 1:15 in the first period remaining. Backhand feed towards the goal, covered up by Kelly. Off the draw shot right away. Picks up Murray, sweeps it into the corner. Cleared it off. And Landry unable to hold the line as Kirsten stops it up for his defense. 55 seconds remaining in the first period of play. 1:35 remaining in the penalty. Off on the far side. McClellan moves into the zone. Trying to drop it off for Havercourt. Onto the point. Moved across to Landry. Landry in front of the net. Deflected momentarily, but not enough of a deflection to get it on goal. Here come again, McCullen a drive, save made, rebound chance, another shot. That one stopped as well as Kelly squared to the shooter on both those shots. Makes the save. Face off in the offensive zone, 26.4 remaining in the first. Once again, the Buccaneers just looking to kill off the period here as Murray skates it in. Off to Landry. Hops over his stick. Pass a little too hot to handle there cleanly. As Landry skates, drops it off. Havercourt a drive, blocked aside by Kelly. McCullen again, just 10 seconds remaining here. Landry holds on. Keeps it out front, deflected into the ceiling beam for a stoppage in play. Just 4.3 left in the first. We look for Cabot to try to make a quick play off the draw here. And a quick shot on goal. On the tie-up, trying to gain possession here as the clock winds down. That'll do it here for the first period of play. 1-0 for the Cabot Highlanders after one. We'll be back after this short intermission break. Once again, a thank you to all of our sponsors who make this stream possible. We'll see you in the second period coming soon.
jersey number is 11679262. The last four digits, 9262. You can see Denise from the canteen.
And the Cabot Highlanders and the Martello Buccaneers make their way back onto the ice surface for this second period of play. 1-0 lead for the Cabot Highlanders. After one, they'll have 45 seconds left on their power play from the end of that first period. So they try to go to work here early in the second. There's still a penalty kill left to accomplish here for the Buccaneers to start the second. As we set up for the opening draw of the second period. Off the draw, it's moved to Murray as he skates into his own zone. Behind the goal. Near side off the wall. Moved ahead by Cabot. Havercourt dumping it in. Dodge on the reception here for the Buccaneers. Off the wall onto the point. Unable to hold the line. That's going to be an offside as Jones touches it up. Dodge fires it down. Picked off by Landry. Drops it off for Murray. Intercepted by Mahoney. Skating in. Dropping it off for Roach. Sullivan rather, not Roach. Is that one taken here by Murray. Intercepted by Mahoney on the penalty kill. And we're back to even strength. They've killed it off. Murray below his own goal line, drops it off for McClellan. Landry skates it down. Checked by Roach. Landry trying to clear. Bit of a stalemate on the boards there, is unable to move that puck just yet. Off the wall. Picked up on the point. There's a chance of drive by Murphy, blocked in front. Sacrificing the body there was Jones. Gotta feel good when your leading goal scorer is blocking shots like that, as that one cleared out. Taken by Roach. Towards the goal. Pridham onto the point to Bailey. Bailey moves it across. Far side drive there by Murphy was blocked. This time by McCaddy. As Murphy chases it down. Below his own goal line. Leaves it behind for Roach. Roach back for Murphy. Murphy off the wall to Bailey. Trying to intercept there was Boyd. McCory spins it into the corner. McCaddy after it on the wall. Picked up by Pridham. Pridham on the near side hops over the stick of Gwyn Timothy. He chases it down against Boyd, trying to skate past him. Drops it off for Pridham, trying to drop it back. Picked off there as McCory. Leaves it there for McCaddy. McCaddy checked on the wall by Morrison. Bailey picks it up. Bailey up against McCaddy. Off the wall and out and down the ice as Boyd chases it down. That's going to be an icing call here against the Buccaneers. Face off in the offensive zone for Cabot. Stewart on the draw against Morrison. Off the tie-up, worked out to neutral ice, and Sawyer Nodisi on the retrieval. Finds Havercourt, trying to bank it off the wall. Checks his man Morrison into the penalty box area. Both men stay on their feet as that one taken out here. Fired into the corner, all the way through and covered up by Kirsten as he gets the whistle here. Morrison on the draw against McClellan in the offensive zone for the Buccaneers. Off the tie-up, centered Onto the point by Probert, intercepted. Here's Tuatard on a breakaway. Tuatard, a shot, he scores! Cade Tuatard sneaks it 5-hole on the breakaway. And he's got another. And the Highlanders climb to a 2-0 lead early here in the second. Off the draw, picked up here, moved out. Probert a drive, save made. Cutting down the angle there was Kirsten. Some extracurriculars in front of the Cabot Highlanders net. There's the mind game still at work here in the second game of this homestand. Off the draw, picked up by Landry. Clears it out. Towards the goal. Stop made there. On the point, Boyle. Boyle moves it down low. For Jones behind the goal. Off the wall to Boyle. Bit of a soccer move there, but he's intercepted here as Probert moves out with it. Probert down the wing. Holds on, sweeps it in front, deflection, and cleared by McClellan. Here come the Highlanders. Chipping it out as Jones, finds McClellan. McClellan in wide, pass in front, looking for a one-time option. It went through, unable to get the shot away. Hard check there on Theo Heropoulos as Beaton fires into the corner. Dodge. Two number 8s. And together, and McClellan with a check on Dodge in the corner, trying to get the puck loose. Beaton up against Mumbercat. Mumbercat sweeps it to neutral ice, picked off by Beaton and fired in the zone. Delayed offside here against Cabot as they tag up. Curtin. Making a run there was Beaton against Curtin, and forced to cover is Kelly for the whistle. Murray on the face-off against Roach in the offensive zone. Wins it back to Beaton. Beaton shoots it towards, that's stopped by Bailey. Off the glass and out. Beaton near side, clears it. Beaton finds Poirier. Poirier skating in, holds on, shoots. He sailed that off the crossbar and into the netting. What a ripper of a shot there by Spencer Poirier. Almost a very clean snipe on that play. Murray on the draw against Mahoney. Mahoney wins it. Sullivan drops it off. Fired down the ice as Beaton chases it down. That's going to be an icing call here against the Buccaneers. Murphy off the draw, fires it off the glass, hops up to neutral ice. Mahoney with a stick on that. Trying to move it ahead for the Buccaneers. Fired in the zone, touched up for the defense. Cabot trying to clear. Mahoney after it on the forecheck. Dodges a hit there from Beaton. Takes him for a ride down to the ice. Bailey on the point, drive, stick to side, onto the glass by Kirsten. Centering feed was blocked. Beaton picks that up. Beaton finds Murray, dumps it into the corner for Cabot. Skates after it against Bailey, and there was a body check on him, trying to get that puck loose. Mahoney, near side. That one escapes the clutches of Krause as Boyd retrieves in his own zone for Cabot. Clearing play off the shin pad of Mahoney, who seems to be in some discomfort. It could have caught him in a vulnerable area, maybe on the side of the leg. He seems to be recovering fine as he adjusts his equipment. Face off in the offensive zone here for the Highlanders as McCory sets up against Roach. Roach wins the draw to Bellin, finds Myra behind the goal. Intercepted by McHattie, a drive and a pad save for Kelly. Roach in the corner, Myra off the side wall. Boyd takes a hold of that, fires it off the backboard, drums it around. Near side, Bellin tries to hold the line, escapes out to McHattie. Molly McHattie one-on-one against Myra. McHattie feet in front, and a close call there as Boyd almost with a full-on collision with Kelly as Kelly's lost his goal stick and retrieves it from his defense. As Myra behind the goal. Checked. Finds Bellin. Bellin. Pass on the near side. Picked off by Boyd. He fires it back in, and Myra retrieves for the Buccaneers. Outlet play all the way down the ice. Look at it. Get past the defense as Pridham skating in against Nodesty, and a great physical play there by the defense in Nodesty for Cabot. Takes Pridham off the puck and clears the zone. That's going to be an icing here against the Highlanders. A face off in the offensive zone here for the Buccaneers. Morrison on the draw. Off the tie-up, Probert picks it up. Spins in the corner, takes a tumble, finds a shot there off the side of the goal. The crowd thought that one was in for a moment. Premature celebration there as Probert gets a hold of it. Havercourt on the wall trying to clear. Back down it goes. Off the wall, Nodesty. Nodesty finds his man Murray, who clears it ahead. Looking to spring Havercourt. Havercourt down the wing. Dips the shoulder. Holds on. Sweeps it out front. Looking for Stewart. And the net is off the moorings here, so we'll get a stoppage. McCullen steps up to the plate here against Morrison. In the offensive zone for Cabot. Picked up here by Bailey. Bailey near side for Probert. Off his stick, Boyle fires in the zone. Delayed offside against Cabot. They have to tag up. They do so. Intercepted there by Tuinard on the forecheck. Cade Tuinard behind the goal. Holds on off the wall to Boyle. Boyle across to Landry. Quick drive. That one deflected in front. As Probert unable to clear. Here comes McClellan. Off to Tuinard. Tuinard shoots, and a save made by Kelly. Covering the angle and making the save for another whistle. And a reset of that offensive zone draw. Line change here for the Buccaneers. This defensive zone draw. As the Roach line back on the ice here for the Buccaneers. McClellan. Intercepted here. Jones moves behind the goal. Centering it out front, up through the blue paint. And on the near side, Roach trying to clear it down to neutral ice. Boyle finds Landry. Landry turns with it. Lead pass for Tuinard. Tuinard skates past his man. A hard check there behind the play in neutral ice. This is fired off. Boyle. He gets checked. Physical play is starting to ramp up here in the second. As here comes McClellan dancing free, trying to drop it off for Roach. As him and Landry connect there. Bailey trying to hold the line. Fires it back into the zone. As Landry off the near side wall all the way down. And that'll be an icing here against the Highlanders. Roach on the draw. One back to Bellin. Bellin a drive into the corner. Taken here, looking to center. Out front of the rebound chance. What a save, rebound chance! It's still loose on the goal line. It's stopped by Kirsten. An unbelievable save. And quite a few extracurriculars in front of the Cabot net after that, as Kirsten showing his frustrations with the aggression by the Buccaneers on that rebound chance. And there are going to be a couple of penalties on the play here. What a play there by Carter Kirsten. We'll get some penalties here. Looks like coincidental minors here to Roach and Landry, respectively. So 5-on-5 will remain the case here. No difference in the amount of players on the ice. Mahoney steps up to the plate in the offensive zone. Up against Stewart. Cabot gains possession. Landry. Or excuse me, Murray rather. Landry's in the box as that one cleared to the zone. Bellin retrieves that here. Intercepted by Phillips, looking to center. Phillips in the corner, drops it to Stewart. Phillips cycles it in. Havercourt trying to get it there against Bellin. Taken away by Cabot. I'm checking the corner. Phillips trying to work it free. Buccaneers on it. Phillips knocks him to the ice. Trying a bank shot. That one stopped by Kelly as Phillips and Bellin come together in the corner. Cabot with another offensive zone draw here. It's Mahoney against Stewart. Stewart gains possession off the tie-up, tries a shot. That one blocked as Kraus skates it free. Kraus chips it on the right wing side into the corner up against Beaton. Body checks him, finds Havercourt. Sweeps it, gave it away to Mahoney. Across to Curtin. Curtin moved across, great crisp pass, a shot there, and a great save by Kirsten on McClellan. On Sullivan rather. Near side, Curtin again. Curtin a drive, looking for a deflection. That one goes wide. Havercourt chasing it down. Dodge keeps it alive. There's a chance. Mahoney in front, a shot, and he sailed that over top into the stands for a stoppage in play. Face off in the offensive zone once more for the Buccaneers. Morrison up against Murray. Poirier unable to find it in his skates as Probert gets a hold of it. Drops it off on the point to Dodge. Let's not score! Through the traffic, Dodge from the point. And the Buccaneers get on the board here and cut the lead in half. I'm not sure if that's Dodge's first goal of the season or not, but the Buccaneers are celebrating and grabbing that goal, the hockey puck from the net. So that might be a big moment for Cohen Dodge. That shot went all the way through.
Buccaneers goal scored by number 8, Cohen Dodge.
They're out to neutral ice, spinning it in as Murray. And a melee here in the corner after that skirmish in front, and officials quick to act here. My goodness, things getting out of hand here in the second frame as both teams getting a little out of hand here in the second. Well, the officials trying to maintain order here at the Al McGuinness Sports Center as The mind game is starting to become a little too much here and turning into some intense physical altercations here. As Beaton is going to go to the box here. And so is Murphy. So coincidental minors once again here. So 5-on-5 will remain. We will commence with a neutral zone draw just outside of the Buccaneers zone here. Off the draw taken by Bailey. Far side for Myra. Myra, lead pass for Probert. Tipped into the zone as Boyd chases it down. Boyd behind his own goal. Hounded by Morrison, trying to clear, intercepted by Probert. Probert works into the corner. Theoropoulos one-time shot off the body in front. As Boyd made that block. Hard wrestling match in the corner. Off the far side corner, picked up here. Chip back in the zone by Myra. Probert trying to get a stick on that. Theoropoulos as well. Picked off by Nodisy. Lead pass for McGinnis. He finds McHattie. Raleigh McHattie down the wing. Check on him. Gets into the corner. Spinning it in front for Nodisy and jumping up on the play. Unable to get the shot through. Another shot by Boyle through traffic, and down was Kelly, floundering in the net. And luckily for him, it went wide as that went all the way down. Icing waved off as Kirsten rings it around the near side. Moved ahead to Jones. Could be a break here. Jones it alone. Backhand shot off the crossbar. Goodness gracious. Outlet play here for Pridham. Drops it off. What pace here in the second. McClellan takes a hold. Fires a shot. Glove save there by Kirsten. Unbelievable pace of play here in the second period of play. Well, face off once again in the offensive zone here for the Buccaneers. McClellan on the draw. Moved below the goal line. Far side wall. Pridham trying to get a stick on that. Off the wall to Landry. Landry lead feet ahead. Looking to get a hold of that is McClellan. Jones on it as well. McClellan chips it past the defense into the corner. Chasing it down, turning. 2-0 on it. Jones tried a shot that was blocked. Jones again with it off the boards to Boyle. Boyle from the point, swings it across. Landry, shot there through traffic, blocked by Gwyn Timothy. He clears it. A soft pass. It's not going to be an icing call as it's slowed up. Boyle takes a hold. Gwyn Timothy stops it up in the corner, trying to make a play. On the point, Bailey moves it across, far side. Shot from distance, tipped over the goal. Another chance in front, and that one chopped out. Close defensive play there by McClellan on the goalpost side of things. As the Buccaneers really starting to press here in the second, looking for that game-tying goal. As that one's cleared out, chipped in by Jones as he gets a change for his line. Dodge near side, chipped ahead by Gwyn Timothy into the zone. He didn't gain the red line, but it slowed up, so no icing call. Murray, lead pass. Picked off here by Bailey as he skates it in. Bailey moving wide. Spins it off the side of the goal. Hops in front. Oh, and it's caught out of the air as it was going into the net. Close call there for Carter Kirsten. A little bit of nerves there for that play. That's got to be. And Kirsten shakes his head and has a laugh at that one as that could have been one for the blooper reel there. As taken by Murray, cleared out. Havercourt chips it ahead. All the way down. And an icing call once again against the Cabot Highlanders. Mahoney on the draw against Stewart. Chip it through, taken by Beaton in the corner. Murray there to help out in front of the net. Shot! That one sailed over the goal into the netting once more. And once again, the Buccaneers really starting to press here in the second period. Just a one-goal hockey game here. Shots are 18 apiece. Modesty finds Boyd. Jones chips it ahead. All the way to the right wing side. Lead pass from McClellan. And unable to handle that pass. It goes all the way to the goal, and Kelly covers it up for a whistle. McClellan on the draw. Cross to Jones. In for Tuinard. It's just out of his reach as Boyd chases it down to try to pinch here. Tuinard in the corner. Sweeps it out front for Jones. Unable to corral it. Loose and taken here by Mahoney. Near side for Krause. All the way to Sullivan. Chip past Krause. Taken up by Jones now as he moves it ahead for McClellan. McClellan. And trying to spring Tuinard. And that one covered up. Jumping up on it there was Kelly. Get another whistle and a stoppage in play here. Off the draw, shot. Just past the stick side. McClellan trying to chip it past Boyd. All the way down. Jones hustles after it. Intercepted by Roach. Draws to McClellan, a drive. Blocked in front by Modesty. Off the backboards. Mumbercat in the corner now. On the point to Bailey. Bailey, a shot to distance, save made with the pad. Another chance in front. That one goes wide. Great pressure once again here by the Buccaneers as that one cleared into the stands by McClellan. Roach on the draw against Murray. Tied up. The point Landry. Lead pass looking to spring Murray. It's all the way down for an icing call against the Highlanders. Roach on the draw against Murray once again, winning back to Bailey. Cross. Murphy a draw, looking for a tip. Another chance at the side of the goal. Murphy going to continue the cycle here for the Buccaneers. Is that one taken away here by Cabot? Lead pass for Beaton, trying to spring his man in Poirier. As Poirier skates it down on the right wing side into the zone, trying to center it. Landry, nice move. On the back end, Landry to the forehand, a shot, save, rebound chance covered up by Kelly. Face off in the offensive zone once again for the Cabot Highlanders. Chip in the zone, Bellin on the retrieval. Backhands it around. Out to neutral ice. Boyle chases it down up against Probert. Probert hounding him. Near side Murray. Murray trying to find Poirier. Theo Heropoulos moves it across to Carter Myra. Myra off the wall. Probert chips it in, takes a hit there, but he got back to his feet quickly. Taking here, an interception in front of the net, a shot, save, rebound chance. Trying to clear it, Cabot, not able to get it out. Myra on the point. Fumbles it momentarily, tries to clear it in. And now here comes Beaton. Moving on the left wing, fires into the zone, takes a tumble on the play, but he got it in deep for the Highlanders and goes for a line change for himself. Myra off the wall. Beaton chases it down on defense here. Matthew Beaton. Near side for McGinnis. And Beaton has to reset here. Off the wall, down the ice it goes. For another icing call here against Cabot. The Buccaneers doing a good job to try to stop that quick stretch pass play a couple of times in this game, forcing icings and trying to gain an advantage on these face-offs as McCory gets tossed from the draw. One into the corner. Murray chips it out to all the way down. No icing called here as it's worked in the corner. Here's a chance for McCory. Feet in front and unable to get a shot away. Another shot through traffic and deflected wide. Beaten towards the goal. Stopped up. Trying to clear it out. McClellan gets a stick on that. Comes out with Mumbercat on the left wing side. Lead pass to McClellan. A shot. He sailed that past the blocker side and gets a hard check there. And McClellan slow to get up on that one. In the corner. Mumbercat checks the puck. Trying to slide it to Roach. Curtin the drive from distance. That one goes wide. Murray on the wall. Hounded there by McClellan. McCory trying to get a stick on that. Mumbercat. Bank shot off the goalpost. Here come the Highlanders the other way. It's Beaton down the wing. Matthew Beaton holds on and shoots towards the goal. That's that pad save for Kelly. Another play in front. That one goes wide. Phillips stops it up on the point. Has to work his way out to neutral ice and reset. Phillips dumps it into the corner. Gets a hit from good measure from McClellan. And a delayed offside here against Cabot. They have to tag up. As Murphy gains a hold and fires it up to neutral ice. Murphy, nice move. Here he comes, a shot. Sticked aside by Kirsten into the corner. Murphy again. Stewart trying to clear. On the far side, lead pass for Phillips off his stick. Pass too hot to handle there. Bailey. Just 25 seconds remaining here in the second period. Cleared out to neutral ice. Boyd. Krause chasing it down against Boyd. Trying to get a step. Onto the point. Bailey fakes the shot. Drops it down low. Just 12 seconds remaining here. Boyd in the corner. Trying to clear. On the point. Bailey waits and takes. And that one deflected wide. Tense moments here for Cabot. Great push here by the Martello Buccaneers. That'll do it here for the second period of play. Great pressure in the second half of that second period by the Buccaneers. Unable to tie it thus far. Still a 2-1 lead heading into that third period for the Cabot Highlanders. They got to feel a little lucky that they got out of the period with a lead as the Buccaneers were hard on the offensive gas pedal in that second period with the cycle plays and the pressure in the offensive zone. But they maintain their lead heading into the third. Once again, a thank you to our sponsors for making this stream possible. And both teams back on the ice surface here to start the third period of play. Linesman getting the nets set and in place. For this, the final period of regulation. And will we need overtime? Still 20 minutes to decide if the Buccaneers can come back in this one. And who knows, things could open up here in the third. We might be at a much higher scoring pace once things get underway here. But so far it's been a very tight defensive matchup. Look for teams to really try to capitalize where they can. As Nodesty, a quick drive and save made by Kelly off that opening shot. Face off in the offensive zone here for Cabot. Stewart on the draw against Roach. The tie-up taken by Nodesty on the point, fired back in for the cycle. As Havercourt tries to get a stick on that. Phillips with a check. Gwynn Timothy. Dropping it back to Bailey, near side Murphy. Murphy outlet play for Roach and unable to get a stick on that. All the way down though, touched up by Kirsten as that'll avoid the icing call. Boyd behind his goal, hounded there. And once again, here come the Buccaneers on the forecheck. Taken away by Cabot. Stewart. Near side wall for McCaddy. It escapes out. And Bailey chases it down. McCaddy. Hounding there on the forecheck. Pinned on the wall. Trying to get the puck loose here as Murphy gets a hold of it. Up the near side. Lead pass across. Finds Gwynn Timothy in stride. Knocked off the puck. Here come Cabot the other way. Bobbled there, taken by Dodge now. Dodge, far side. Dodge again. Sullivan kicks it free to Mahoney. Out to neutralize Krause on it. Tries to sidestep and he's taken down and looking for a tripping call there on the Cabot bench, but unable to get one there. Here comes Landry. Moved across. Curtin spins with it. Has to skate it down. Curtin finds Dodge. Dodge. Lead pass ahead, and Sullivan lost his stick as Krause moves in. Check by Landry. Or Murray, rather. Off the wall, picked up here. Trying to clear there is Jones. Krause on the forecheck. Good battle in the corner here. On the wall. Shot by Bellin all the way through. It's still loose in front. And the referee's lost sight of the puck. Whistles it down. Close call there for Carter Kirsten. As once again the Buccaneers aggressive here in the blue paint. Trying to get any kind of advantage against Carter Kirsten. Has been excellent in goal through this game. Both goaltenders have been excellent through this contest. As shots are now 22 apiece. We're only just entering the third period of play. That one picked up here. There's a chance. Probert to drive and a save by Kirsten once again. Getting square to the shot. Covering the percentages. Closing up that 5-hole and smothering that one. Morrison off the tie-up. Picked up there. Moved out by Tuinard. Down the left wing side. Tuinard sweeps it in front. Here's a chance for Boyd. Looking to make a move. Shoots it there. Goes wide. Jones in the corner. Stops it up. Backhand feed in front. Taken on goal. And Kelly interfered with there momentarily. Some extracurriculars once again in front of the Buccaneers net. Well, face off in the offensive zone for the Cabot Highlanders as McClellan sets up for the draw against Morrison. Kept alive there by Nodesty. Meyer on the backhand, trying to clear. Probert moves it out for Morrison. Jones picked up here by Probert, offside at the blue line. And we'll reset with a neutral zone draw here. Near side, Murphy. Murphy clears it out all the way down as Boyd picks it up now. Boyd down the wing, holds onto it. Chops it into the corner as Murphy makes chase. Murphy hounded there. Drops it back. Bailey behind his own goal. Lead pass ahead, picked off there by McClellan, but it's taken by Probert now. Oh, a hard check there on Jones by Probert. Reverse hit. Turning pass all the way through. What a pass that was to Tuinard. Tuinard moves wide, holds, and shoots, and that one blocked. Taken away again. Murray moved across to Landry, who makes a couple shimmy and shakes and moves it back across to Murray rather. Clears it ahead. McClellan unable to handle that pass as it caught him in the shin pads, and Murphy dumps it in for the Bucks. Kirsten stops it up for Murray. Could be a chance here. Wraparound shot is rebounded, covered in front by Kirsten. As some extracurriculars again here in front of the Cabot net this time. Officials looking to maintain order here once again, as both teams really starting to dislike each other at this second game, as if they didn't dislike each other enough in last night's matchup and all those two-game homestands. You really start to get some heavy-duty animosity by the time that second game runs around. As Landry off the wall. Kept alive, Curtin holds it in the zone. Escapes to neutral ice, Dodge intercepts. Off the wall, back into the corner for the Bucks. Backhand feed to Landry. Good forecheck by Mumbercat. He gets pushed into the corner. Here they come again. Pass in front, looking for Dodge, who is jumping up on the play. Unable to get a stick on that. Worked in the corner. Good battle for it on the wall here. As Dodge gains a step, fires it. That was blocked. Poirier after it. Curtin gains a step, fires it. Stick aside into the corner by Kirsten for his defense. In Murray. Moves it across to Landry. Escapes him. Havercourt there to help out. Good forechecking pressure once again here on display by the Buccaneers. Try to get that puck loose and get a shot on goal here as Murray gets a hold of it. Murray, pass ahead. Here come Cabot the other way. Chipping it in is Murray. Skating after it against Bellin, who makes a quick move, and great patience shown by Bellin there. Lead pass ahead, looking to find Roach. He tipped into the corner for a dump and chase effort as Pridham gets on it. Taken away. Lead pass to Havercourt. Havercourt, 1-on-2. Chips it in on the goal as Kelly forced to cover it. Stewart on the face-off dot. Up against Morrison. Taking free. Phillips trying to get a stick on that. Loose in front. Myra turns. Pass ahead to Morrison. Morrison trying to find Gwyn Timothy. He chips it ahead to Pridham. Catches it down, drops it to his blade. Drops it off to Morrison. A drive. Stick aside by Kirsten. And a feed. Pridham on the wall. Murphy a drive towards the net. And a great save there by Kirsten through traffic. Back in front of it again. Phillips off the glass and out to neutral ice. As Gwyn Timothy retrieves that here. Backhands it across to Murphy. On defense for the Buccaneers. Near side Pridham. Finds Morrison. Morrison trying to chip it past the defense. McCrory trying to dig that puck loose. Referee giving away to Gwyn Timothy on the point. Murphy. Murphy a shot through traffic. Blocked in front. Need ahead there for McCaddy. He's got McGinnis with him. McCaddy steps inside, holds on. McCaddy a drive, save, rebound chance in front, it's still loose. Great couple saves by Kelly. McCaddy behind the goal, trying to center. Off the boards, Quinn Timothy retrieves it. Leaves it there, and Beaton fires it back in for Cabot. Bailey swings it on the far side for Kraus. Kraus gets checked, holds his own there, and tries to move it back to defense. He gets it to Bailey as Murphy on the near side. Lead pass ahead, finds Kraus in stride. Kraus down the right wing side, holds on, sweeps it towards the goal, off the side of the goal into the corner as Murphy tries to keep the cycle alive here for the Buccaneers. Off the wall. Nice move to the inside there by Jones. Intercepted. Here comes Kraus, 1-on-3. Kraus dances free. Knocked off the puck. Bailey in. Bailey unable to get a shot away. What action here in the third. Shot by Bailey, stick to side. Great pressure here on display in this third period by the Buccaneers. Desperate to try to get on the board and tie the hockey game as Nodesty moves ahead with it now. Sawyer Nodesty on his off wing. Moves wide. Holds on. Tries to back in. Feet in front. That was blocked. Tuinard trying to pick it up. Here's McClellan. McClellan turns. Holds on to it. Checked. Tuinard picks it up. Sweeps it out front. Here's a shot by Nodesty. Fanned on. Didn't get solid wood on that. It's cleared down the ice. Hops there on Boyd. Gathers it in. Boyd. Near side. Dropped off from McClellan. Unable to make a play. Tuinard turns now. Cade Tuinard stepping in the inside. Knocked off the puck by Probert. He gets checked hard and knocked to the ice by Landry. Near side wall all the way down. On goal though. Kelly forced to play it as he finds Curtin. Curtin finds Theo Horopoulos on the near side wall. He chips it in, takes a check for good measure. Probert on it. Probert and pass in front goes all the way through and out to neutralize as Bellin resets. Near side for Myra. Carter Myra down the wing. Dumps it into the corner for a dump and chase effort as Boyle picks that up for Cabot. And Theo Horopoulos forced to chase it down now as Poirier on that onto the ceiling beam for a stoppage in play. Murray on the draw. One back to Murphy. Murphy across for Bailey. Bailey hounded there by Murray, or Beaton rather. Beaton sweeps it into the zone as Murphy chases it down. Near side, Mumbercat. Moves it across for Bailey. Cameron Bailey whips it into the zone and Landry on the retrieval. Off the glass and down the neutral ice. Slows it down. No icing called here as Poirier gets after on the forecheck. Poirier sweeps it there. Picked up by Mumbercat. Ahead for Roach. Landry intercepts. Chops it back into the corner. And a dump and chase for Cabot. Bailey. Near side Murphy. Murphy outlet play all the way down. And that'll be icing here against the Buccaneers. The shots are 25 apiece. Just over the halfway point of the third period of play. Stewart on the draw. On the tie-up, taken loose by Havercourt, chops it towards the goal. Covering it is Kelly for another whistle. Line change here for the forwards of the Buccaneers in the defensive zone. Taken off the draw. Here comes Gwyn Timothy down the right wing side. Chips it past the defense, chasing it down. Kirsten stops it up, leaves it behind. Havercourt. Lead for Phillips, knocked off the puck. Here come the Buccaneers again. Lead pass for Morrison, in alone. Morrison in the goal, and then looking the shot away. Another chance. That one goes wide. Out behind the goal. Pass in front of shot. Save made there by Kirsten. Play whistled down. As some extracurriculars here as Purdom gets in the mix with Phillips in the corner. So mind game still at work here in the third period of play. Any advantage is a good advantage. Once again, Kirsten being tested here by the Buccaneers on another aggressive in the blue paint play by the forwards for the Martello Buccaneers as Morrison sets up for the draw. McCory wins it back. Taken here by Gwynn Timothy. Trying to center, backhand shot by Morrison goes wide. As Murray puts it behind there for Beaton off the wall. Trying to find McGinnis, unable to get a stick. Odom tries to sweep it. Behind the goal. Dropped off. Near side chance off and onto the ceiling beam for a stoppage in play. Mahoney on the draw. Boyle off the backboards. Taken by Landry. Landry off the glass. Hit the ceiling beam once again for a stoppage in play. Face off in the offensive zone once again here for the Buccaneers. On to the point, shot there through traffic is blocked in front. Another shot. That one stopped up. On the point, Myra. Myra through traffic tries a shot towards the goal. Another shot by Sullivan in front of the net. It's loose. Bellin unable to pull the trigger. On to the point again, Mahoney. Sweeps it in the corner. Boyle chases it down. Trying to get it past Myra. Quick drive. Blocked in front by Landry. Landry moves wide, tries to chip it out. Unable to do so. Relentless pressure here by the Buccaneers to try to tie the hockey game as that escapes out to neutral ice. Mahoney on the retrieval. Holds on, saucers it across. Bellin. Outlet play for Sullivan. Kraus trying to find Mahoney. It's behind him. Landry off the wall. Tangling up with Myra. Back behind. Sullivan stops it up, tries to sweep it in for a cycle here. Taken away. A shot there by Murphy is blocked in front. Tense moments here for Cabot Highlanders in the third. There's still plenty of time left to play here as Murphy skates it in. Dumps it into the corner. Off the backboards. Here come the Highlanders the other way. Check there and knocked back into the corner. Stopped up by Kirsten. Landry. Outlet play to neutral ice. Stopped up by Bailey. Moved into the zone. Murray after it. Here comes Murray down the wing. Fires it towards the goal and that one sails past. Out to neutral ice. Nodesty turns with it now. Gonna sweep it off the wall. Picked up here by Probert. Near side Murphy. Murphy backhand feed into the corner as Boyd picks it up here for Cabot. Boyd trying to pass across. Taken here by Boyd and unable to sweep it out of the zone. Once again, a lot of more urgency on by the play of the Buccaneers here. A centering pass in front, a one-timer by Theo Heropoulos. Unable to get it on goal. Spins it into the corner. Nodesty with a body check. Morrison holds on behind the goal. Centers in front. Here's a shot. Deflected off the side of the post there on the deflection. Cabot desperate to clear the zone here. They've been heading in for the last minute and a half. Here they come again, trying to clear it to Poirier. Bailey gets a hold of it. Taken away by Murray. Stops up and clears into the zone, getting a much-needed line change for the Highlanders. As Phillips on the forecheck. Roach picks it up now. Lachlan Roach, outlet play, dumps it all the way down the ice. Icing beat there by McClellan as he turns in the corner. Tries to drop it off, beaten after it. Havercourt off the wall, Mumbercat stops it on the point, tries to clear it into the zone. Murray after it now. Finds Havercourt. Havercourt intercepted by Dodge. Dodge to the front of the net, tipped close to the goal. Another chance, shot, save made by Kirsten, and he covers. Nearing 5-minute remaining mark here in the third, and it's been all Buccaneers for the majority of this period, but Cabot doing a good job at keeping shots to the outside and blocking as many as they can. As the shots started out at 22 apiece at the start of the period, and only 5 shots have been able to get on goal since then by the Buccaneers. That's a great job by boxing things out for Cabot in the defensive position, but still, something's got to give here as the Buccaneers keeping their foot on the gas pedal to try and tie this game as Mumberket off the wall. Intercepted by McClellan as Mumberket checked by Phillips. Into the corner it goes. Landry on the retrieval. Urgency starting to mount here for the Buccaneers. As that one cleared all the way down. Myra got a stick on that, so no icing. Bellin intercepted by McQuarrie. Wraparound shot. Save made by Kelly. A rebound here. And picked off by Bellin. Bellin hounded there by Murray. Murray. Checked by Myra. Phillips in the corner. Trying to drop it off. Another play in front of the net. It's shoveled on goal and a save made by Kelly. Stoppage in play. And the crowd here at the Al McGuinness have got their money's worth here in this game. Murray on the draw. On the point, Landry. Landry a drive, looking for a tip from McCaddy. He did get a tip, but it was well wide. Bellin on it. Taken away, looking to spring Pridham here. And Landry with an active stick. Boyle. Turns, slides it across on the far side. Banked off the wall. Bellin trying to clear. Here come the Buccaneers once more on the near side. Boyle turns. Moves it across for Landry. Landry stops it up, clears it down, blocked by Murphy. Back again, trying to spring McCaddy. Trying to avoid the icing here. Played by Kelly off the wall. Pridham. Backhand feed for Morrison. It's well past him, and Boyd chases it down here for the Highlanders. Off the wall, picked up by Pridham. Trying to get the cycle going once more here for the Buccaneers. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to play here in the third. Centering pass in front, blocked. And it's moved out now by the Highlanders. Here comes Jones. Trying to find McCaddy. Down in the corner, Bailey against McCaddy. Bailey knocks him off the puck. Jones. Jones a drive, and he broke his stick on the play. As the stick shattered on him, as here comes McClellan. Left it behind for Murphy, a drive. Save made with the glove by Kirsten. A huge stop there by the Cabot netminder. My goodness gracious. And that's been the story of this game for the Buccaneers. As throwing everything in the kitchen sink at the goal, and Carter Kirsten standing tall. And Callum Kelly has done his work as well throughout this game. Just one goal separates these two teams at the moment. 2 minutes, 50 seconds, and a timeout called by the Buccaneers to try to set up something near the close of this period. And they'll need something. They already had the ingredients to score the majority of this third period with the zone pressure, but unable to gain that center of the ice area and the high quality opportunities with a chance to beat Kirsten. They've had their looks, but Cabot have done a good job of keeping the shots to the outside, boxing them out, and just battling in their own zone to try to keep everything low risk for their netminder, Carter Kirsten. So look for the Buccaneers to try to get even more aggressive than they've already been throughout this third period of play. They set up an offensive zone draw. Goaltender is pulled as Kelly is on the bench. Extra attacker on the ice for the Martello Buccaneers. 6 on 5. On the point, Murphy. Murphy shoots towards traffic, and that one deflected wide. Jones on it, trying to chop it free. In front of the net, Sullivan down low for Roach. Picked off here by the Highlanders. While Jones gains possession. Tries to ship it out to neutral ice. Murphy on it. Turns. Hounded there by Tuinard. Tuinard checks him into the corner. Trying to get him off the puck. Here comes Bailey now looking to reset for the Buccaneers as they chase it into the zone. Bailey shooting it towards the goal, glove down by Kirsten for a whistle. And a reset of the play for the face-off once again in the offensive zone for the Buccaneers. Shots are 28-27 in favor of the Cabot Highlanders. Well, for the last 10 minutes or so, it's been all Buccaneers on the zone pressure department. Let's see if they can tie this hockey game. That one cleared to the neutral line. Taken by Tuinard, chopping it free all the way down and wide. Tuinard chasing it down. In the corner. Murphy. Tense moments here for the Buccaneers. Here comes Murphy. Near side Sullivan. Leading it out. Roach stepping it up. Roach rimming it around the boards. Minute 45 remaining. Taken off the wall. Cleared all the way down towards the empty net and wide. As that'll be an icing call here. And unable to get the line change they wanted are Cabot. So the referee's just getting the correct players on the ice. Minute 33 on the clock. And a tired group for the Cabot Highlanders. If it was ever an opportunity to pounce, now would be the time for the Buccaneers. Off the draw, move to the point. Trying to cycle it again. Probert intercepted, fired down towards the empty net, and in! And the Cabot Highlanders likely iced the game with that one. That's Boyd with the empty net goal to make it 3-1 here with just a minute 23 remaining. Brett Boyd with the empty net goal. Off the near side wall, McCaddy chips it ahead. Takes it free, fires it out. Mahoney off the ceiling for another stoppage. A face off in neutral ice just outside the Cabot zone. Off the draw, Landry tries to chop it across. Modesty, or Murray rather. Mahoney behind the goal. Taken off by McCory. Just a minute remaining here in the third. Once again, the Buccaneers looking to establish a forecheck here. Krause moves it across. Mahoney onto the point. Swept across, and play stopped up here. Looks like the net is off the moorings. At 46.8 remaining here in the third. Mahoney on the draw. Clean win there for the Highlanders. So unable to clear. Taken here by McCory. McCory down the left wing side. Checked hard onto the Buccaneers bench there as Krause on the far side wall, chops at it. Out to neutral ice. McCory fires it back in for Cabot. Dodge. Just 15 seconds left in regulation. Dodge. Holds on, steps free, and slides it there to Roach. Nice move by Roach. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan a drive. That one blocked. Another drive by Dodge. That one blocked. Blocking shots here at this stage of the game. That's gutsy effort there. And that'll do it here. The Cabot Highlanders go 2-0 in this two-game homestand against the Buccaneers, winning last night's game by a score of 5-1 and today's matchup on Sunday by a score of 3-1. And Carter Kirsten with the win in goal in this matchup. There's two games coming at you live from the Almaguena Sports Center here today. And later one coming at you live in the U18 league later on. For now, Cabot Highlanders 2-0 on the weekend. This has been Brendan Maloney from Highland Sports. Thanking you all for tuning into this one. We'll see you in the next one.